Hello. So I came back because I found something interesting. I was doing a bit more research. And on page 385 of Teresa Trine's The Element Encyclopedia of the Psychic World, there's something about Sybil Leek, S-Y-B-I-L. Her last name was Leek, L-E-E-K. And she lived from 1923 to 1982. Says one of the first to declare herself publicly to be a witch in Britain in the 1960s, a time when witchcraft was considered socially unacceptable because the law against witchcraft had been repealed a few years previously. With the publication of her autobiography, Diary of a Witch, in 1968, Leek announced that witchcraft was not dead and never had been. From then on, she attracted public attention for almost everything she did. At the beginning of Sybil's public life as a witch, her openness about and adherence to the craft changed her life, as her landlord refused to renew her antique shop's lease until she renounced witchcraft. She refused, closed up shop, and began a new career as a professional witch. She moved to the United States and established herself as a high-profile, media-friendly witch, master astrologer, and gifted psychic with numerous books and features on witchcraft, astrology, numerology, and reincarnation to her credit. In Diary of a Witch, she claimed to have been born to a family of hereditary witches of Irish and Russian descent. A colorful character in her time, her trademarks were a cape, loose gowns, and a pet jackdaw named Mr. Hotfoot Jackson, who perched on her shoulders. So I'm just seeing like the devil, an angel and a devil. The angels, the devils, right? Her whole family was involved in witchcraft and astrology, and some of the noted guests who allegedly visited her home included H.G. Wells. If you haven't seen Warehouse 13, you should go watch it. Lawrence of Arabia and Aleister Crowley. If you haven't seen Supernatural, you should go watch it. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. And for the foolish, rubbish individuals who still think that it is appropriate to be questioning people about their religion, if it's not affecting you, why do you care? I did just crack open the unexplained. Sorry about that. Unexplained. This is 347 strange sightings, incredible occurrences, and puzzling physical phenomenon. This is by Jerome Clark. Page 367. This is about Thunderbird photographs. So, I happen to know that in one of these decks, if I can find it quickly, I don't think that's it, but I will use this also. Yeah, okay. So there's actually a Thunderbird card in this deck, so I will use this specific deck. It's just kind of sitting there beckoning to me. It says, in April of 1890, 2 writers sighted an enormous flying creature, which Indians would have recognized immediately as a thunderbird. Alignment on the Arizona desert. The beast had the body of a serpent. It's really interesting. I just said I was going to use these cards, so I'll just show you what's on the bottom of the deck right now. Had the body of a serpent, immense wings, 2 clawed feet, and an alligator-like face with saucer-sized eyes. The men got as close to it as their terrified horses would allow. I'm also hearing someone say, hold your horses. Also, all the king's horses and all the king's men. Super weird, strange reading, but I'm just channeling as I go. I think I'm going to do a reading right after this about channeling because it seems like some people don't understand what that is. Maybe that's like that flying thought that seems to catch people off guard or whatever. Yeah, we'll keep the knowledge of soulmate out there. The men got as close as their terrified horses would allow, and they proceeded on foot, rifles in hand, but the creature saw them and flew away, only to land again not far away. This time, it came down on one of its wings and was so unable to escape as the men pumped bullets into it, right? So they're pumping bullets into this thing without really thinking about it. I'm just reading and channeling at the same time so you could see what it is, maybe. Yeah, maybe this is a better way to show channeling. I don't know. When measured, the wings were found to span an incredible 160 feet. The body, 92.5 feet long, was smooth and featherless, more like a bat than like a bird. More like a bat than like a bird. I told you that the Thunderbird card was in here. But this is like a bat disguised as a bird, or a bird that can turn into a bat, this is a crazy bird. Crazy birds. You know that game, Crazy? Never mind. Anyway. So, sometimes when I channel, yeah, really rough like that is what I want to say. I get kind of self-conscious of the energy. It makes me want to blush because it's like feeling a lot of love. So if you ever see me kind of get goofy directly after doing a reading like this, it's because it's the feeling of being loved by the universe, which is why I work pretty hard to try to help other people maybe feel that way. And if that idea of, you know, these schools getting attacked and stuff like that, I don't like it. Not from X-Men, you know, Cyclops vision with X-Men, or whatever. It's like a genome thing. Never mind. Hogwarts. I don't really care where it is. The originals. It would just be really nice to know that people have safe travel, that you're allowed to teach your children how to be great people, good people, nice people, without having to worry about subjects that are deemed weird, unacceptable, outrageous, stupid, whatever. This should never be the cause of discontentment amongst human species. If nobody's hurting anybody, there's nothing wrong. But when someone goes postal at school, or when, you know, humans are getting injured, that is kind of the reason why there need to be flying dragons. And something to believe in, because it's really depressing. So you either have something to believe in or you don't. And if the people that do have something to believe in are made fun of for believing in what they believe in, that's even more depressing. It's sad. So that's the message for today, is that, like, you shouldn't, yeah, look, this is all coming out at one time. Those are the first two cards off both these piles, I swear, and everything. I have not drawn anything else. I have another book sitting next to me. I'm not going to get to it today. Maybe I will, but not right now. This is a different message. So, you know, your thoughts towards other people, your actions towards other people, the things that you don't think will ever come to light or be seen. Those are the things that you should be grateful that there are Thunderbirds that there's secretly a message there that is lighting a way for anybody that might actually feel like there's not. Maybe that the secret is a little too heavy. That they can't just shrug it off like Atlas, you know? Like there's something really riding them on their back or on their mind. You don't ever know what's going on with somebody else, so that's the message, is not to judge a book by its cover. You have no clue the immense depth of information. I'm going to finish reading really quickly from this specific page, and then I think I'm going to go on with that. Yeah, so that is at least, I think that says typo. No, that at least is how the Tombstone Epitaph told the story on its April 26, 1890 issue. That was the extent of its coverage. There was no follow-up article. To all appearances, that is simply yet another of the tall tales with which newspapers on the American frontier regularly regaled readers. What distinguishes it from others, however, is that it gave rise to an odd modern legend. There's one more paragraph. I just wanted to just pause right there to make it like really dramatic, you know. I'm gonna use the motherhood deck and get an even more dramatic full moon face, because actually this full moon is right there. It's already pictured. So I just wanted to go ahead. That's my moment of like emphasis, okay? It wasn't like supposed to be that aggressive. I don't know why I was just like, ah. It could just be like, ah, you know? Same difference. Not really. Kind of, maybe. Okay. These both came out together. I'm gonna go with, this was the one that I just took. There's ink smeared all over. So yeah, that was me. I was the one that looked scary just now. I wasn't really trying to be scary. It was just this like really excited moment where it came across as like scary, right? So this is the real energy. This is the priestess of swords energy coming out. She has her owl and she's on cloud 9. Okay. So it's just up in the clouds with the moon, like hanging out, doing what the moon and the clouds do. I'll leave this there. However, I'm going to read the rest of this paragraph and I'll use this to channel or show you, you know, this is how I feel while I'm breathing and reading this, because that's what I'm trying to say, is that your entire breath, your entire surroundings, all of the energies associated with that are very, they're heady, very mental. It's taking mental energy and making it into something that is physically there that you could hold or touch or in any other way, like manifest, you know? Anyway, it says the story was revived in a 1930 book, Horace Bell's On the Old West Coast. 33 years later, there goes Ophelia. In a sensationalistic article in the Men's Action magazine saga, Jack Pearl wrote that in 1886, the Epitaph published a photograph of a huge bird nailed to a wall. The newspaper said it had been shot by 2 prospectors and hauled into town by wagon. Lined up in front of the bird were 6 grown men with their arms outstretched, fingertips to fingertips. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. The creature measured about 36 feet from wingtip to wingtip. This is the Daughter of Cups. Pearl further claimed that in 1989, after being ridiculed in a Tombstone saloon, one of the prosecutors challenged his harassers to go after the bird. This is the Ten of Swords. So when you go after the bird, you fall off the cliff into the water. That's what I see. This is the bird. I feel like the bird is right here in the sky. Like just on its cloud 9 up there. Just on its cloud 9. Chilling and stuff. Maybe decorating for the holidays lightly. And there's like people trying to jump onto the cloud 9, not realizing that it's not actually a solid surface. Very, very interesting. That's the end of this page 367. This is the Three of Wands, which is also very interesting. It's just a mother and her 2 babies. She's actually feeding them tons of food that you can see is depicted all over the wall. And she has a torch for each one of them. There's an elephant. There's a slender man. There's a net there. I'm seeing this as like a gazelle, or like the Gazette, like the news. I just see this as like being her home. And then she's feeding her children what looks like lobster tails, or maybe like, I don't know, some type of seafood. So anyway, I'm gonna put her there.